Hello, this is here, and welcome to another video. Today we're doing another Hermitcraft season Clockwork video. We are reading chapter 9, and only chapter 9, because it's the last chapter of story 8, whose perspective is Impulse. Okay. Yeah. You all caught up, things are happening. Yeah. Let's get into it, shall we? Impulse and Pearl walked down the hallway. Everything around them was completely silent. No commotion from above or behind that might have suggested that the men had found their secret room. Just alone with their thoughts. Impulse looked ahead, just about seeing the end of the tunnel, just as the portable communicator in Pearl's pocket came to life. Impulse turned to face her nervously as she took it out and looked at it. "Yep, looks like we have trouble over our scars," she replied matter-of-factly. "I had a feeling that might happen," the YouTuber sighed. "We're nearly there. Just a short flight." She smiled as she lifted one of the new wings he'd been given at the house. He'd also been given some weapons and blocks in the hopes of having a chance against any of the attackers if there had been a problem. Oops. "The sooner we get there, the better," the Impulse admitted, though it honestly could be a trap. "We could," she agreed. "We'll be careful, don't worry." "I'm not worried," he said with a small smile, with a hint of dread. As a hint of dread, it filled his mind, looking away from her as they neared the end of the hallways, as Pearl opened the ceiling above, gesturing for them to build up. Impulse grabbed some blocks as he piled himself out of the hole, followed shortly behind with Pearl as they both entered a sheltered area of trees, hidden away from anyone who might see them. He followed Pearl over to a nearby clearing as they both pulled out their rockets and launched themselves into the sky, gliding toward Scar's base. Seeing a commotion outside. "Look," Pearl said as she pointed towards the commotion, where they observed a bunch of mysterious men fighting against Green's escort. The two YouTubers, however, were nowhere to be found just yet. "Where's Jem and Matthias?" Impulse whispered. Blake, I forgot to mention Blake. Whispered to Pearl, scanning the area as he met eyes with one of the men as they shouted, pointing at them. The two YouTubers flew over to the other side of the base as they landed on the trees just beyond the yard. "I don't know, but I'm sure they're close," she said hopefully. "I just need to know where Scar and Green are." "Do you think they're inside?" Impulse questioned. She shrugged as she took out the portable device again. As it buzzed, she pressed a button. The voice went through. "I can see you from here." "Are you somewhere safe, Green?" Impulse blah, 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 Pearl stated firmly. For the moment, the YouTubers were confirmed. "Scar's also close by." "That's good," she replied. "I don't think any of the men have gone inside the house yet." "Oh, some have," Green corrected. "It's basically a waiting game here. It's not fun." "Is it possible you two can get out of there and meet up with us?" Impulse asked. "We could try," Green said anxiously, as a muffled voice could be heard from Eddie added. "Okay, I think we can. Hope." "Please be careful," Pearl insisted. "I'm going to disconnect now," Green replied simply. "See you in a bit." Sure enough, the device disconnected and Pearl glanced over at Impulse warily. The two of them stared at each other for a moment before looking back at the house just as they saw a window open. "I see them," Impulse declared excitedly as he watched a Scar and Green jump out of the window and glided towards them, seeing a couple of mysterious men reaching the window just as the two YouTubers neared the trees where their friends were. "That was too close," Scar said with a nervous laugh. Impulse nodded as he looked back to see the men pulling something out of their pockets. As he glanced back at his friends. "Now probably should be a good time to go." "Where exactly?" Green asked curiously. "Somewhere safe," Pearl assured him. "That's all you need to know for now." Comforting. The four of them nodded. Four of them said nothing as they jumped down from the trees just as the sound of glass shattering was heard above them as they ran. Impulse followed Pearl, hoping she knew where she was going, as they ran through the trees, weaving around branches and roots as they did so. Impulse didn't dare look over his shoulder, hoping the others were still behind him as they neared the opening to the secret tunnel. He heard a shout from behind. He He stopped his tracks as he whirled around, seeing that both Green and Scar were no longer behind them. We need to go back. Impulse insisted, charging back before Pearl could stop him, as he heard a scream before there was dead silence. He could feel every part of him tense as he pressed forward, calling out for his friends just as he saw Scar running towards them as they nearly ran into each other, stopping just in time as the other YouTuber panted for breath. I'm fine, Scar said in between gasps. The men ambushed us. Green, go meet with Pearl. I'm going to see if I can do anything, Impulse told him firmly. Do be careful, the YouTuber said with a nod. He so nearly had me. I will, the hermit promised as he ran past Scar, running through the trees until he found a clearing, stopping in his tracks when he saw it was completely empty, apart from items being scattered all over the floor, weapons, armor, tools, and a portable communicator that Green had used only moments earlier. As Impulse went over, falling to his knees, he picked up the gadget and fingered it for a moment. He was still in distress signal mode. Is he? A voice asked behind, sounding shocked. He didn't look back. He didn't want to. No, Impulse replied quietly. This is too organized to be something like that. The men just took away anything that might have been used as a way to get help or escape. He could hear footsteps approaching him as the area fell into silence. A hand landed gently on his shoulder. We'll find him. I know he will, Scar. Impulse agreed, trying his best not to think about what Mr. A had told them earlier that day. It felt like the whole world was out of focus and spinning. Endless track that would never end. Just hope it won't be delayed. It won't be, Scar said confidently. As Impulse looked over, seeing his friend kneeling right next to him, the world focusing as he looked into those green eyes. Why don't we save his stuff before it despawns? Good idea, Impulse said sadly, as he stood up, picking up some of the swords and axes on the floor, as well as some spare armor. Gem and Pearl pitched in as well. Pitched in while the members of the cause watched their surroundings warily. He didn't blame them. The men had made their move. This meant they were able to make theirs. What that exactly would be, he didn't know. One thing was for sure. He wouldn't stop until he knew his friends were safe, away from Mr. A's cruel clutches and evil plans. Till he knew that the men could no longer do any harm to anyone. There wasn't anything Mr. A could do to stop him from trying. From all of them fighting for their freedom and lives. For freedom and happiness. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. It was shorter. I knew it was going to be shorter. But yeah, I can't go any further. There's a clue. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.